Thank you all once again. A huge thank you to our sponsors who I'm going to introduce. And I'd ask if you would please stand up as you're introduced, and audience, hold your applause until I'm finished introducing, okay? The platinum sponsors, AEP, Indiana Michigan Power also. Holiday World and Splash and Safari, stand up. And I'm already standing. The silver sponsors, Ken Short's Equipment, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center, Now Counseling, Winkler Inc., PSC Fiber, Perry County Hospital. Let's start on bronze sponsors, Indigo Web Services, and Spencer County Leader did all our the invitations, all the things we needed, all the printing. Those people are our sponsors and the reason that we are able to have this dinner, so let's have a round of applause for them. I would also like to introduce the members of the 2024 Spencer County Regional Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. When I call your name, please stand and say standing until all have been recognized. We had a meeting this morning at 7:30, and a lot of us are back here again tonight. Audience, hold your applause until I have announced everybody's name. Our immediate past chairman is Rob Schulte, owner of Key, and I know he's here because I saw him. He's in the corner. He's also the coach of the South Spencer girls basketball team. Our chairman is Al Keller with Cook Development, Holiday World, and Splash and Safari. Our vice chairman is Wayne Blake with PSC, and I know he's here. Our secretary is Jenny Thomas, executive director of Spencer County Habitat for Humanity. She has a pork supper Sunday. Yeah, come help her out. Also, Pat Rose, representing Spencer County Bank. Max Bunner, representing Moser Cush Stone. Jane Ship, owner of Matilda's Event Barn and Bed and Breakfast. Andy Summer, Southern Indian Power, owner of Lakeside Cabin. C.J. Katoy with Hoosier Hills Credit Union. Corey Wall with New York Life. I know he's here. Jonathan Holbrook with MPW Services. Curtis Cook, COOK with AEP. Ex officio members include Spencer County Commissioner Tom Brown, that I know is here somewhere. There he is. And Melissa Arnold, Executive Director of Spencer County Visitors Bureau, who is here. Our emeritus members are Kathy Treader, publisher of the Spencer County Leader, and myself, Pat Cook. Thank you. Applause for our Board of Directors. I'd also like to thank any elected officials who are present. I know Mark Messmer was here earlier in the evening. And of course, Tom, you are an elected official, right? Anybody else here that's been elected by anybody? Oh, Cindy, stand. Cindy and Striegel, yeah, Ray. And, well, stand up, you guys, come on. Yeah, that's wonderful, yes. And that gentleman over there. Thank you all. Applause for all those good people that serve our county. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my extreme pleasure to introduce our trio of mayors who have agreed to join us this evening and share some of the insights they have gathered in the hope we will learn and become a better Spencer County and have better cities and towns. First, Mayor Clint Lamb, currently Field Services Manager for the city of Sullivan, where he was born and raised. I suppose you came the farthest tonight, so you'd get a prize. He was elected mayor of West Central Indiana City in 2011, began serving in 2012, re-elected in 2015, and again in 2019. Before that, he was on the city council in 2005 and 2007 and was president. He also served 2 years on the Sullivan Park Board. He was appointed by Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch to the Indiana Main Street Council, which advises and assists Indiana Main Street program. In 2019, Clint was elected Vice President for Accelerate Indiana Municipalities, where his term began in January 2020. He served as president in 2022 and is currently serving on the executive team on the organization's board of directors. In 2022, the mayor was appointed to the West Central 2025 Regional Board. He was awarded the Sullivan County Public Servant of the Year in 2023. You may take your seat, sir. The next mayor...
You did an outstanding job with that, too.
Thank you. Next, we have somebody that we drive through the city quite often, Boonville Mayor Charles R. White, who calls himself Charlie. You make a good Santa, you know that? Got to eat more cake. Charlie grew up in Tennyson. After graduation, he attended UE on and off for 2 years. And during that time, he went to work at Alcoa Warwick Works and spent the next 40 years plus working there. In 1978, he bought his first house and made his home in Boonville. As a member of the USW Local number 104, he was active in his union. He was elected treasurer for several 4-year terms. He's also been treasurer and chairman of USW Local number 104 PAC, the political arm of the USW Local number 104, since 1983. He was later elected to serve on the AFL-CIO Executive Board and represented union members from all over the state of Indiana. Mayor White has been elected Boonville mayor for 3 terms, starting in 2016 until the present. He had a desire to serve his city where he spent his high school years and has made his home. I like that big sign. That's cool. In 2016, Boonville's net asset value was $124 million. Today, it is almost $400 million. Mayor Wyatt, along with his city council, have made a big difference in Boonville. Come on up, Mayor Charlie. Now, last but not least, our Rockport mayor, Kathy Kirkpatrick. Where is she?
She is still at her public hearing as her public servant is calling her. So she may or may not be here. She apologizes profusely.
Okay. She's working hard to address the concerns of her community. And she has already made great strides in this endeavor. So our panel will be directed by our former Chamber Board member, editor and publisher of the Spencer County Leader, Kathy Treader, who goes to more meetings than anybody I know, and who will lead our 2 esteemed guests in a discussion of what works for 21st century communities. That other microphone, don't we, Al? Is it here? What did Kathy do with the microphone? Kathy, does she have the microphone?
Can you hear? Is this on?
Kathy Shredder have the microphone?
I'm bad with technology. Needed assistance. I think it's working now. Am I correct? This was the reason I got to get up and eat first. Not because I'm special. But thank you. Greetings, gentlemen. What we really want to hear is how you're doing it.
Get this out of the way. I want to see your faces. There you go. Thank you.
Both of you have been hugely successful in your endeavors. And I know that takes hard work, but it also takes ingenuity, planning, caring about your communities. And we'd love some tips about how you got it done. Who would like to start? Okay.
Are there multiple microphones? Hold it close, please.
Hold it close.
Just like you do Boonville, Mayor.
I thought we were at the high school dance again. I didn't know. Well, the thing that I've always done, whether it was at my union hall or being the mayor, is communicate. I think it's real important that you include all your council people, your board of works, you know, to let them know what's going on, what's in your mind, what you want to plan. I used to hear stories that council people would walk into meetings and they wouldn't have a clue what the mayor was wanting to do. I don't believe in that. I believe in communicating. I believe in sharing. And the pledge I made to my city council, and this is the third one, that I'll give you all the information that I've got. But if I tell you something that we can't share because of this non-disclosure act or a piece of paper that says you can't share it, and you share it, that'd be the end of it. That'd be the end of my sharing with you, because I'm not going to put the city of Boonville in a position where they could get sued or, you know, reflects badly upon our city. And so far, for the last 3 councils that I've had, they've all figured that out, and we've worked together very well. The first 2 years, first 2 elections that I had, they were all Democrats. I'm a Democrat. And we didn't, you know, we got along very well. The third one that came along, we had 2 Republicans that have come along, and they worked very well with the Democrats. And in 4 years' time, I've had no negative votes out of the whole council, simply because of communications.
So working together is really important. What about getting buy-in from the community? Has that been a difficult thing? Maybe I should ask you that.
Yeah, no, and I'll kind of tie these in. You know, we can talk a lot of specifics about working in your city, with your council, with your board of works. You can do all these things, but my biggest recommendation is fall in love with Spencer County. Fall in love. Don't like your community, be proud of your community. I announced my candidacy for mayor in 1986. I was in kindergarten.
I was just going to say, how old were you then?
And I was elected in 2011 because I remember when the kindergarten teacher went around the room and asked all the kids, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a police officer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be all the different things that you hear kids talk about. I said, I want to be the mayor. And she said, well, what does a mayor do? I said, they help people. Make sure people are at the forefront of everything you're doing. Not your individual business, not your individual position on the county level, not your individual position on the board. The best initiatives that you will give Spencer County will be legacy impact initiatives that affect people. It's all about initiative. Yeah, you can build brick and mortar buildings. We built swimming pools. We build hotels. We do all these things. But at the end of the day, when you make the people of your community the most important thing in the world, that's when you get results. The mayors can sit up here and tell you all about how great Boonville is and how great Sullivan is. But when I left the mayor's office at the end of last year, I would have failed being mayor if I were the only one telling the Sullivan story. Sullivan Special. That's why we hashtag it, Sullivan Special. It feels good to be in downtown Sullivan. So we hashtag downtown Sullivan. Feels good to be here. It's really that simple. It's putting your own interest aside and putting Spencer County first. Putting Rockport first, which I had the privilege to have lunch today with Mayor Kathy. Putting, where the hell did I go? Grandview. Putting Grandview first. Gentryville, did I go to Gentryville. Went to Gentryville today. Spent the whole day in Spencer County.
Get the fourth one right.
Chrisney. Not with a Z. Not with a Z. Chris.
We practiced this.
We practiced this. Wherever Google Maps told me I needed to go, I needed to go. So I spent the entire day, started this morning, and you've got so, I'm sorry, was this your question?
This is great. Keep going.
Yeah. Rockport's beautiful. And sometimes it takes somebody else coming in and letting the mayor know that. Because the mayor's job, you're surrounded by thousands of people, and it's lonely. We were mental health awareness before mental health awareness was cool. I always say, if you're not bipolar before you become mayor, because the highs are amazing and the lows are low, you get there quick. But sometimes it takes somebody coming in saying, man, these houses are great. I hardly see any blight. Sure, there's some problem properties, but you have the resources for that human capital, that people initiative. And it looks like you got a room full of people that are dedicated, and that's why you're here tonight. So, in closing on this subject, biggest advice. Anybody Notre Dame fans in here? The Fighting Irish? Do we have any Fighting Irish fans? Whenever they come out of that football locker room, you know the story? There's a sign on the wall, and they hit it. And what does it say? Play like a champion today. And that's what you got to be. You got to be the champion of whatever community or unincorporated area or whatever business. You got to be the champion. You got to tell the story because nobody else is going to. You've got to love this county like all you grandparents love your grandkids. That's easy to talk about, isn't it? Anybody like talking about their kids, talking about their grandkids? That's how you need to feel about Spencer County because it's a very special place.
Well, I'm going to piggyback on that to ask, so you are the mayor of your town. How do you work with your neighboring communities? Sullivan has neighboring communities in the same county. Warwick County obviously has, besides Boonville, several. I'm trying to think of what I'm talking about.
Well, I do try to reach out. I'm not the prettiest cheerleader, but I've got pom-poms, and, I get out here, and that's how I lead. Whether we're dealing with a business or we're dealing with trying to get grants. But on the other hand, we also work hand in hand with Newburgh, with Chandler. I want them to succeed just like Boonville has. Little town of Tennyson, where I grew up. Unfortunately, it's a little rough right now, but when I grew up, it was a real nice place to be there. And they've lost some of theirs, and that's what Clint's talking about. You've got to be the cheerleaders. Look, I used to be over here all the time and at the park and everything, and then when Santa Claus land was going on, and then now it's Holiday World and all this growth. I drive over here, and I'm amazed at the things that have happened over here. You guys have got a lot going on, some great things, I think. But back to reaching out to the other communities, we do. And every now and then we'll have a little get-together, and we'll sit around. It's kind of like what Clint and myself and the mayor of Jasper, Mayor of Huntingburg, Mayor of Evansville, Mayor of Mount Vernon, we'd all get together. We'd travel to each other. Oakland City, we'd go to Oakland City, and we'd all have lunch together. And once a month, and what we would try to do, well, Clint, what's going on in your community? And we would try to learn off that because, nobody knows everything. And I'm just amazed at some of the things the different communities have done. But it's reaching out. Like I said, I'm not the prettiest cheerleader, but I am a cheerleader.
You talk about the importance, of collaborating, working together, working across faith-based lines, ideology lines, theology lines, political parties. I've yet to find a Democrat or Republican way to push snow. And I've yet to find a Democrat or Republican way to pick up trash. I've yet to find a Democrat or Republican way to rebuild my city pool or plant flowers in my downtown. They can do that out in D.C. and they can do that up at the State House. But working together, regardless of how somebody feels, falling in love with your community, regardless of anybody's background, truly outreach, embrace the people. And in addition to that, we all hear the word, have you heard the buzzword regionalism? Everybody's heard that, right? Regionalism, we need to get regionalism. We're going to have Ready 1.0 and Ready 2.0, and Governor Penn said regional cities. Guys, I grew up 20 minutes south of Terre Haute. Sullivan's favorite suburb, Terre Haute, Indiana. My grandpa worked at Pfizer's. Anybody heard of Pfizer's, the medicine? For 33 years. But he chose to live in Sullivan. That's regionalism before we ever identified it, right? This isn't a new concept. How many people work in Evansville and live in Warwick and Spencer and surrounding counties, right? This has been going on forever. Now there's a collaborated official title to it, and now there's a deeper engagement. I'm here to tell you, if you're not talking to your other surrounding counties, mayors, if you're not talking to the commissioners, if they're not talking to the councils, it's not going to happen. And whether you like each other or not, it's just not going to happen putting Spencer County first, putting Sullivan County first. I've had to do it. There's some folks that I don't even want to be in the same room with, right? Back in my home area. But can we agree that we love Sullivan County? Can we make something happen? And we collaborate and we become a family. And I know I have arguments in my family. I want to beat the heck out of my kids 3/4 of the time. Hopefully DCS isn't here, not literally, okay? Full disclosure. But that's really what it's about. And, March 31st is going to be a tough day for me coming up. March 31st will be the 1-year anniversary of the Sullivan tornado. My third term as mayor, we had a city councilman pass away in the meeting, and we had to revive him. And I could hear his ribcage pop as they were reviving him. I don't know if you guys were aware, but we had a little international pandemic going on a couple years ago. I don't know if it hit Spencer County or not. Yeah. So my third and final term, we had a pandemic, a councilman go down, a major downtown fire where the new city hall was going to be located, and I rolled out the last year on a tornado. Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, the play was fantastic, right? But because of that collaboration, other communities came to Sullivan's rescue. And Sullivan Special was more than just a hashtag. If you don't take anything else out of tonight, of this Mayor of Madness, make sure it doesn't take a natural disaster or a tornado for all of you to come together. Please don't wait to finally sit down with your county and city officials all in the same room because you're digging people out of rubble. Next question.
That's very powerful. That really is. And I think it's excellent advice. Let's get down to some of the sort of the weeds. The thing in the United States that seemed, or the two things that seem to be most pressing on a national level are housing and child care. Have either of you had any success tackling those two issues?
We've had the housing, for sure. You know, I know that we've went out for senior housing, 55 and older. I know we've added probably 60 different units in Boonville that's getting, well, I think some of them are opening right now. We had the Blight program a few years ago. It was a blessing. We had to fight to get it, but well, I think we took out 100 homes in Boonville that really needed it, and then we replaced it with almost 100 either apartments. Some of the houses were 3 and 4 bedrooms, and then there was 10 townhomes. So we are always looking for more affordable housing in the city of Boonville. We've got, if you hadn't heard about it, I've got a little development that's coming in Boonville that's about $255 million project that's going to happen in the city, our city limits. And on top of everything that we're doing, I've got builders that are going to add 300 apartments, market value right there, out there on the west side of our city. If you hadn't ever heard of D. Patrick Ford, the guy that owns that came into my office about 8 months ago and said, hey, I'm going to build some 55 and older housing. I've got 17 acres on the east side of Walmart. I want to build some 55 and older. Can you imagine 55 and older right next to Walmart? Those people they'll just be in heaven, I'm telling you. Those are some of the things that I know of right now, and we're trying to promote. Warwick County is upside down, though, on apartments versus homes. And right now there's a study going on in Warwick County. We're trying to see how we can promote homes over apartments because we're upside down. We need more homes. But Clint, can you go out here and pay $1 million for this field out here and then put homes out there that people could afford? It's a tough problem.
So the two things you mentioned, housing and child care, that involves, what did I say earlier? People. It's a people initiative. You didn't ask me about building a new police station. You didn't ask me about building a new fire department. Not that those things are not important things. You didn't ask me about how many miles of streets I'm going to pave, because those are standard things that government does. But 21st century successful governments have expanded now. Well, it's not the government's role to get into housing. Well, it's not the government's role to get into child care. Well, the successful counties are going to do it, and that's where the people are going to move to. Ouch.
Amen.
And one of my counties was one of those, of the nearly 70 counties that are declining in population. And 10 in Indiana are staying stagnant, and 10 are growing. And 4 of the highest growing counties in population are the highest taxed. Be careful, you don't want to go there, because they see a return on their investment. They are willing to pay because they have a quality community. I'm going to Florida to see my son next week. I don't want the budget pilot flying me to Florida. I'm going to pay for the ticket. I want to make sure he's the best. I want to make sure he has the credentials and gets me there safely. When I buy Colts tickets for an outrageous price, I don't want to watch the quarterback from the Sullivan High School Golden Arrows. I want to see the best. Now, I'm not here pitching high taxes tonight, but I'm saying you get what you pay for. And regardless of anything that you've been told or heard about, the statistics are there. Go ask them in Hamilton County. Go ask them well, we don't want to be Hamilton County. I get it, but we can take bits and pieces from other communities. I'm a thief. I steal ideas all the time. I steal them from Charlie. I steal them from Huntingburg. I steal South Bend. I steal Evansville. And then I make Sullivan the best Sullivan it can possibly be. You know, we started the campaign in '86, right? So I thought there's a lot we could talk about here today. But to simplify my ideology, whatever you want to call it, it's real simple. Every city, every county needs citizens. How many business owners do we have in here who work for a business? You need customers. Every city needs citizens. Every business needs customers. Have you heard any rumblings about a workforce shortage? Every employer needs employees. With the funding formula for public education in Indiana, every school needs more students. There's your magic bullet. Nobody's going to come in here and tell you how to rebuild this place. If you don't invest in yourself, don't you dare expect anybody else to come in here and invest. We don't like handouts, right? Well, then let's step up and invest in our communities ourselves. And I'm preaching to myself and my home. This has nothing to do. We need to repeat this talk in every county and all 92 counties across Indiana. But at the end of the day, if you don't, all of the common denominator, every school needs students, every business needs customers, every employer needs employees, every city they need a roof over their head. There's the common denominator. And they need quality child care. Quality child care that's affordable so they can go to work. And without even going down this rabbit hole, there's a lot of folks that have come out of the workforce because they can. It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they don't want to work. Are there some people out there that are like that? Absolutely. We all know it. But it's a decision. Can I afford the child care? Can I afford the home? Or do I need to stay at home and have my spouse work and work remotely, which is another another rabbit hole we could go down of all the people. And I'm one of those people. I work remotely now from my dining room table, right? My grandpa worked, it was regionalism, lived there, chose to live there. I chose to live there, and I'm traveling to Spencer County today, right? But I'm going to go back home. I've been to Ames' office. You heard the resume or whatever you read, where I was president of AIM. Now I'm the field services manager for AIM. I'm an ambassador for Southern Indiana. I'm the champion for cities and towns. I'm going to fight for every town that I just mentioned today that I went to visit and the ones I've yet to visit yet. I'm going to champion those causes, and I'm never going to go to the office building in Indianapolis unless I need to go up. I think I've been up once for the Central Mayor's Roundtable. I think I went one time. Now, did I ever think I would be one that would do that and I thought this is going to be terrible? But because economics have changed, because it's the 21st century, me being at home, even though I was the mayor for 12 years, I'm observing more of my community because I'm looking at it through a different lens. And now I'm the entrepreneur in my city. So I bought a building downtown. And I'm putting 2 market rate apartments upstairs this building because we need housing. And I'm going to have office space so I can get away from my 3 daughters that come. Don't you love it? You're on a Zoom call at home and here they come, coming home from school. They don't care. But now it's enabled me to make an investment in my downtown. Charlie's done a great job in his downtown in Boonville. So it all comes full circle.
So, how is Sullivan being marketed to try and bring people in? How should Spencer County market to try and maybe bring more people in? Again, employers are needed different places. I could use a couple. So.
Everything that we're hearing here lately, it talks about it's not so much jobs, it's the amenities that
Schools,
are in
amenities.
that are in your communities, schools, parks. And I tell you what, in the city of Boonville, this is the year of the parks. We're building an $18 million Olympic pool there in the city on the east side of Boonville. We're going to invest in our city lake. We're going to invest in our Brackenridge Park, which has a direct connection with Abraham Lincoln. I've taken this to heart. I keep seeing and listening about figures. When you improve those things that people can, it makes their lives nicer. Jobs are great, but they'll go other places to get a job. But go and improve your parks, improve your public stuff. And like I said, we talked about child care. I know that that's a huge thing, and that would be a hook there too. But that's what the city of Boonville's doing.
And your public's going to look at you, Mayor, and say, well, that costs money. You're not going to make any money off that pool. You're not going to make any money off that park. Well, I don't make any money off the blacktop when I pave every year. I don't make any money off the street lights. I don't make any money for code enforcement when the police go out and write you a ticket for not mowing your yard. I don't make any money when the fire department goes out. I mean, I don't know my sidewalks don't make me any money. The Welcome to Sullivan signs and the Welcome to Boonville signs don't make you any money. So you need to, when I remember everybody telling me, you need to run it like a business. Great. Call the police, I'm sending you a $500 bill. To drive into Sullivan, you're going to pay the toll road, and you're going to pay to walk down that sidewalk and drive down the street. If you really want me to run it like a business, but you have to bring business aspects into the elected office. You can't run it and just give everything away, and you can't have everything just free market rule. It has to, believe it or not, in local government, there's compromise, there's happy medians. There's not always a boogeyman out to get you. It's just a difference of opinion. It's just making people's lives better. You know, several years ago in the state of Indiana, we were the hardest hit in mortgage foreclosures after the 2008 recession. Did you know that? Indiana, out of the entire nation, was the hardest hit in mortgage foreclosures. That's why Mayor Charlie had to tear down 100 homes. That's why Mayor Clinton had to tear down 150 homes. There were mortgage foreclosures. We were the hardest hit, and we had to come back and scrape one parcel at a time, one house at a time. If I go in and acquire that home and tear down that, what I call spot of cancer, because it chokes the life out of your neighborhoods, and the people said, well, why would you spend $5,000 to go tear that down? That's not your property, and then you're going to own it, city government. Now there's not going to be taxes paid on it. Did you see that thing? You think anybody was ever actually paying taxes on that? But when we cleared it and we got it into the hands of the private developer for $1, after you spent all that money, you only got $1. It's because you only see today. Mayors have to play the long game. Now I have a taxable parcel on that property for the next 50 years. I have another sewer customer. I have another family who brought 2 kids. So 14 grand just went to my school corporation. It wasn't about the mayor. It wasn't about the county official. It wasn't about the township official. It was about the next 50 years. Truly advocating for the greater good.
Do you go after large companies to locate, or are you satisfied to try within economic development to just increase what's there and try to keep everybody going? And I'll ask both of you that.
Well, like I said, I spent 8 years trying to land a hotel and a restaurant, and instead I ended up with a $255 million project that's getting ready to come. So yeah, it's wonderful when you can land that big hog, but I go out every day. Who wants to open the dry cleaners in Boonville? I'm looking for one. You know, I remember standing up in front of 500 people in Evansville, and Mayor Winnicky, Lloyd Winnicky, he was always pretty good to us small timers, and but he said, he gave me an opportunity to stand up, and I said, hey, I'm looking for a hotel out there. Anybody out here want to build a hotel in Boonville? Anyway, after everybody left, there was 2 little guys standing there in front of the podium. So yeah, every now and then you'll land something like that, but we're looking for, the city of Boonville is a bedroom community. We're 15 minutes away from Evansville. Dual lane all the way, man. We hit the jackpot when they did that, and it has really helped. But people want to be in Evansville, then they want to come home, just like they do in Spencer County. You guys got a great county. I wanted to get that in before I left.
And Mayor Charlie was talking about landing the big one. His vision was that hotel. He went after it. Mayor Charlie's in his 3rd term. These things don't happen overnight. I know we need immediate results. Burger King says your way right away. But when you text your kids while we're talking, you get on your phone and they don't answer you in 10 minutes. We want some immediate results, and that just doesn't happen. But staying committed. On the flip side of that, I know if I continue to eliminate blight, bring housing, child care, and embrace people, I'm going to help my Farm Bureau agent create 2 more jobs, 2 more agents. And I want to help Jay's Auto World get another body guy to do body work. And I know I would much rather have 10 employers employing 10 people, creating 100 jobs, than one company coming in bringing 100, because then all your eggs are in that basket. Or in my area, all your coal is in one bucket. And then our economic development people brag about, well, we got coal here. Oh, did you put the coal in the ground? I mean, you're competing with 19,000 other cities. There are 3,000 counties in America. Quit competing. Clean yourself up. Take pride. Build. Attract people. Any retail business that you try to come to your community, they're going to look at the demographic. It's all about the numbers, right? This is a numbers game for the private sector, so it's a numbers game for cities. So, yeah, we attracted a hotel as well, but we did the feasibility study.
That's where I got the idea.
We did the feasibility study. Because I called a developer and they said, well, Mayor, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have somebody come in, they're going to have to do a feasibility study, yada, yada, and do all this. If you take that groundwork out of the way, it's not just the mayor talking about it, you have something to give to him. You don't even need to do a study, I've already done it. You don't need to find the ground, I've already got it. And you don't need to build a civic center because I've already built it. The civic center that nobody was ever going to use. And the mayor had this crazy idea to build a place where people can come together and congregate. We tore down an old school with $500,000 grant from Okra. We saved the gym, and we created a civic center that nobody was ever going to use, right? It's getting ready to celebrate its 9th birthday this year. It's booked every weekend, and an $8.5 million hotel is going to build right next door. Because we chose to invest in it. I'm not waiting. I'm loud, and I can whistle, and I've been whistling for that white horse to ride into my town and save me for 12 years, and guess what? They haven't rode in yet. Nobody's coming to save you. Keep going, keep doing. I'm not trying to say don't go after the big ones, but go after the small ones and just be the best Spencer County you can be.
Hey, those dry cleaners, I want to meet you over here before you. I'll wait on you over here. Thank you.
And one more on that. Economic development incentives. We all hear about, well, did they get a tax abatement? Did they get this? Any business that comes to the mayor's office and they ask me what my economic development package is, what my incentive package is, I said, we don't have one. And they look at me and they go, what do you mean? What do you mean we don't have one? I said, what do you need? There's no cookie cutter way, because if a brewery wants to come brew beer and use a lot of water, maybe they need help on their sewer bill, but they don't need the abatement. If a new bakery comes to your community, hell, I'll buy your oven for you. I've literally provided dumpsters at $600 a pop so somebody could renovate an old building, and I paid for the 10 dumpsters at $600 a piece. I spent $6,000. But they never asked for an abatement or anything else. Customize. What works for your business might be totally different than what this business over here is doing. So why would you offer them the same thing? Customize it. Just like you're customizing your community for those people, you're customizing your incentives for your business.
I wanted to add one thing. We, in the city of Boonville and Warwick County, they are developing a revolving loan for businesses to try to help. The county's doing one, city of Boonville's doing one. It's $85,000 we got from rural development. That's a gift. Here it is. We're probably adding about $50,000 to it, so we'll have that revolving money there. She needs a new pizza oven for around the square, or it could, be in the village, or I'm not familiar with all the little nooks and crannies here, but I mean, then you pay it back. This group over here, you guys are the bank. You figure out what the rate's going to be, you figure out what the term's going to be, and then you pay it back, and when that happens, then somebody over there, she can start a dry cleaner shop, and she's going to buy hangers.
She's thinking about it, I can tell.
Yeah, that's right.
Right now.
But that's another economic development tool, you know, to help your businesses. Be proactive. Went out to the council and threw that by them, and they go, well, that makes sense. So anyway, those are just some of the things. Rural development, if you're under 10,000 people in a city or a town, you're eligible for those type of stuff, those type grants and everything.
And there's similar loan funds and big funds for housing. Thrive West Central, the Terre Haute region, took the American Rescue Plan money and invested it in the Thrive West Central, and now a Sullivan developer went and got $300,000 to invest in his 20 homes that he's building in Sullivan. Because let's face it, if a housing developer comes to your area, they're not going to get the same return on their investment as they are in Hamilton County. That's just the reality of it. Get ready. There has to be a subsidy. Oh, God, can't say that. But some city's going to give it to them. And they're going to build, and they're going to go somewhere. Now, the subsidy needs to be creative, thoughtful, and fair. It needs to be fair. You can't just give away the farm. But that goes back to my original point. Government isn't just here to provide police and fire and pave streets and make sure the toilet flushes. 1985 called, and they want their local government plan back. That's not going to cut it today. As you can see the theme here, there has to be thinking outside. There has to be partnerships with the Chamber of Commerce. There has to be partnerships with the Community Foundation. You need the philanthropical people stepping up and telling the mayor's story with them. That pool that we did, the first Ready project in the state of Indiana, our Sullivan City pool, guess who paid for the lily pad walk? The Sullivan County Community Foundation. And the Methodist Church took care of the lifeguard stand. And I mean, it happens every day. It's all around us because government can't do it all, local government can't do it all, and the private sector is not going to get a return on your investment if your population's low. Period. Build your communities, make them places where people want to live, and that will cure 90% of your problems. You won't have to give the incentives. You just provide people.
You gentlemen have been wonderful. I've really enjoyed this. I wonder if there's anybody in the audience that would like to ask a specific question before we wrap up. Yeah, there's a little more to the evening, so we probably ought to wrap this up. But this has been wonderful. You've been insightful. I personally have really appreciated it.
We try to be entertaining and educational and enlightening, all the above.
Good job.
We wear all the hats.
Well,
We've
thank
enjoyed it. Thank you, Spencer
Thank you for
County.
having us. God bless
Thank
you.
you.
Best of luck to you.
Bless you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. Did you? You enjoyed it? I did. Good. Thank you to both of you for making the trip and for enlightening and entertaining and innovating us. And let's hope we can move forward and progress. So I'd like to introduce a woman who needs no introduction because you've seen her all evening. And that lady is the director of the Spencer County Regional Chamber of Commerce. Please welcome our Executive Director, Kathy Ranke, who's going to give a State of the Chamber report and our wonderful awards presentation. Kathy.
I was talking. Did she announce me? Okay, thank you. Well, Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Clint, and thank you, Mayor Charlie. I'm not sure there's a lot I can say after that, but for those of you that know me, I do have some things to say. So we do want to tell you, happy to say that our chamber is definitely strong, moving on with 205-ish, over 200 members. So happy to say that about our county of 20,000, and we're growing. It's a good thing when people are coming to you and saying, I would love to join your chamber, what do I do? So I'm happy to hear that. There isn't enough time in the day or week or month or year to talk about or to do all of the things that I would like to see us do. My chamber board is always telling me, slow down, slow down. We don't have all that time and resource. And for those of you that don't know, I am a single staff chamber of commerce, and we are fully funded on partnerships with our chamber community. So members is what makes us successful and move forward, and additional sponsorships. So thanks for all that extra money. Can you guys hear me okay? I feel like yeah, is it okay? I know I have a really quiet voice. Can you hear me, Jean? Are you good back there? All right, then we're all good. I want to talk about just real quickly, and I'm trying. You all know me. I'm not a quick talking person. Am I, Tim? But I will try and get through this as quickly as possible. We are a very regional chamber. We absolutely want to see the growth of Spencer County, but we want to see our regional growth. A stronger area, a stronger region makes us stronger within Spencer County. So we're happy to work with our partners. We're definitely anxiously awaiting our region, our ready point. I can't even say it anymore. That's all I've been thinking for 2 months. Ready 2.0. We have our Indiana First regional partnership, and that's with Knox, Pike, Spencer, Perry, and Harrison counties. 5 of us, myself and 4 other economic development organizations, will head up to Indianapolis to see if and what. I mean how much? I mean $75 million. We're hoping for our regional and economic growth throughout those counties and throughout our region on April 11th. So yes, that's happening soon. We continue to work within our Southern Indiana Gateway, which is our 21st Century Talent Region. And yes, I need notes. I have the memory of a pig. I don't know what has a bad memory. The very opposite of Pat Cook. So thank you for being patient with me in my note taking. My doctor knows all about it, right, Doc Blair? Our Southern Indiana Gateway is our 21st Century Talent Region, which is Crawford, DuBois, Knox, Pike, Perry, and Orange counties, as well, of course, as Spencer. And while we've been working on ideas and things for population growth and workforce development, we are also very, very focused. We've been very focused on childcare, which as the Mayor Charlie and Brother Clint, sorry Clint, I don't know, I'm just gonna keep calling you Brother Clint because I love your service. We are trying to work with legislative officials, and we have been for the past year, on how we can promote this as a workforce. It truly is a workforce development issue throughout our region, throughout Indiana, and throughout the U.S. I mean, I talk with chambers all the time, all throughout the U.S., and we absolutely have an issue with child care these days. So it's great for our elected officials to finally understand and recognize this being a workforce development issue. We have our Spencer County Alliance, and I am so thankful for our Spencer County Alliance with our chamber, our community foundation, our tourism, and our economic development, that we meet on a regular basis so that we are talking, that we're discussing, that we're keeping each other in the know and not just working in our single silos. So I'm super thankful about that. We have our Leadership Spencer County, which is fantastic, right, Jenny? We love sitting on that board, and we're happy to have 11 Leadership Spencer County participants in the 2024 class. It's a 10-month leadership class in Spencer County immersion that the folks that go through that leadership and come in to really making new relationships and understanding more of their leadership capabilities and Spencer County. It's pretty cool what you can learn about Spencer County. Like, did you know we have a boner bridge? It's really interesting. But there are some really awesome things. And even within our first class, we learn about we learn about the geographical dimensions of Spencer County, how many communities, how many actual municipalities we have. So I can't say enough about Leadership Spencer County, and I appreciate all of the businesses and nonprofits that support folks coming into our Leadership Spencer County. I'm really trying to talk with my hands because I'm a real hand talker. I am proud to sit on the Indiana Chamber Executives State Board of Directors, and we work closely with the Indiana Chamber, as I said, working on issues and on bills and resolutions that are happening at the State House. I have a fantastic relationship with our Southwest Indiana Chamber Directors Alliance, which is Knox County, Linton, Pike, Warwick, Perry, Jasper, Gibson, and Spencer. I have a little bit of a twitch tonight because we are 4 years and 2 days from when the pandemic hit, and we had our Chamber of Commerce dinner, and we were on the edge of being on lockdown. It was a stormy night coming on, so I'm really twitching about, oh God, we don't want another one of those to come. But it brought together, we already had a great regional friendship within our Chamber Alliance, and that even brought us closer together. And that also created the Southwest Regional Women's Conference. And we have our 4th annual Southwest Regional Women's Conference coming up in October, on October 25th in Vincennes. It's traveling throughout the counties I just mentioned. So one of these days it'll be in Spencer County, but it is a fantastic day of sharing leadership and just different kinds of careers, businesses throughout the day with our Regional Women's Conference. I'm almost halfway through. I'll go faster. We have Aspire Spencer County that we just started this year. If you did not get to participate in Aspire Spencer County, it was fantastic. We had all of the sophomore students across Spencer County from South Spencer and North Spencer coming together. We had all of the female South Spencer students across the 2 schools down at South Spencer. We had all the male students up at North Spencer. And like in that, we had males up with the guys at Heritage Hills and females down in South Spencer. And it was, I mean, I can't even, it was amazing, was it not, Emily and Rachel? The South Spencer School Corporation, the high school, Roman Schroman, yes, thank you, and Todd Wilkerson, we had a fantastic time. We had Southwest Indiana Workforce Board working with us as well. And I have never had such an abundance of positive reactions from both kids and the entrepreneurs or the businesses or the nonprofits that came together. It was almost like, this is kind of crude, but it's almost like speed dating with professionals and kids. And my son literally hugged me when I got home because he happens to be a sophomore student. And he said, "My God, Mom, that was amazing." And so that just made it all worth it. So we're doing it every year. So if you would like to help with that, if you would like to sponsor it, don't worry. It's an annual event from now until our end of time. We have created the Dolly Parton Imagination Library here in Spencer County, which was a huge deal to my dad and my family. We're big Dolly Parton fans. And we were super excited to bring that opportunity to kids that are 5 and under. And if you don't know about that, Dolly Parton Imagination Library will send your kiddo that's under 5. Every month they receive a book in the mail from Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. It's a phenomenal program for early education. Is it not, Roman Stroman? All the early education we can get before they hit school is amazing. So if you don't have your kids, grandkids, friends, neighbors enrolled in that, please do, okay? We are also in the planning phases of the Lily Gift Date with our community foundation, and we are doing a study on a sports complex, on an indoor sports complex. So we are hoping to see, we hope it says, my gosh, yes, we need this. And then that will elongate our tourism season from this long to all year round. That'll be fantastic. So be listening and watching about our gift aid initiative. We are excited about the Ohio Riverway initiative with our friends in Perry County. I always love working with my friends in Perry County. And we're so similar, and they're so wonderful to work with, so thank you all so much. And you need to be prepared to hear about flatboat river trips and another anniversary celebration, reenactment of Abraham Lincoln's flatboat river trip. Gene Steinkamp, stay tuned for more. We will finally relaunch, and it's on me, folks. We will finally relaunch our chamber website in April and have our Spencer County Chamber of Commerce cash relaunched within Spencer County, and that will help infuse cash flow into our local businesses and local restaurants. We have the eclipse coming. Believe it or not, people, it's really happening on April 8th. At approximately 12:47 in Spencer County. We've been told we could have anywhere from 10,000 to 40,000 people come into our town that weekend and leading up to that day. So please be patient. We are excited about what that could bring to our economy. I'm not sure some of our area police and emergency management are as excited about it. But we are super excited to host folks that are coming in to watch the eclipse. What else? What else do I have I can talk about? We, of course, have our continuous morning brews. If you are not receiving emails from the chamber or you're not receiving notifications, please let me know. We would love to have you at our morning brew presentations. And they mix business with a lot of networking. Networking, as if you all don't know, is invaluable in our rural community. We are having an upcoming State of Spencer County, so please be watching for that. I am going to be working with our community municipalities, and we hope to be bringing community conversations to, sorry, I wasn't going to talk to my hands. We hope to be bringing community conversations to each one of our municipalities as a way to gather people within our different communities, meet the elected officials, and gather community input. So like Clint was saying, what do we want? What does Spencer County want? What does Gentryville want? What does Christie want? What does Granby want? What does Dale want? So we will continue looking towards that. We have our continued Talk of the Towns initiative that our advocacy committee has been fantastic with. We have something new coming up, Be a Tourist in Spencer County, that we will be partnering with Cuba Transportation, and we will be and we will tour Spencer County and go to different places that you may have never been. So I'm excited about that. I kind of have word vomit. So I could tell you every single thing that we're doing in the chamber, and you guys are like, wrap this up, Kathy, let's get going. A wise man once told me, I may not be the prettiest cheerleader, but I have bright pom-poms. They match my shoes. So we are going to continue with our big pom-poms. Our chamber is so engaging. I so appreciate our board members that we have on the Chamber of Commerce. Appreciate our community partners. We are committed to Spencer County, the growth of Spencer County, the economic continued infusion that happens in Spencer County, and we want to work across the board everywhere. I want to give a huge thank you to our South Spencer students that were there, that were here tonight. So thank you. Please pass that on, and we will continue to. They did a fantastic job in helping us tonight. I want to give thanks to our annual dinner committee, which is Al Keller. He loves to be the big cat in the room with all the women. Al Keller, Jenny Thomas, Kathy Schroeder, and Pat Cook. And an additional thank you to Kevin Thomas for me bossing them around earlier, wherever Kevin went. And Alex Kirstein, she's not used to that at all. Sarah Maddox-Barnett, thank you so much for your assistance. And then also Case Ranky helped us set up. Am I missing anybody? I hope not. I'm really bad. I feel like I'm at the Emmys, and I want to thank so many people. And what, Jenny? Natalie, yes, I have you on here. Natalie Cook King, thank you so much for helping with our check-in. And we've had a few tiny hiccups this evening with our food and beverage service, but I hope everyone enjoyed it. And I'm going to stop talking because I'm surprised Pat hasn't hit me with her cane yet. She just said I was ready to.
Okay, so we are going to give our awards. We're going to give our awards. I messed up my papers.
Sorry.
And where's the name of the award? Are they here? You have the award?
We do.
Okay. I think we have how many awards tonight? And we thought long and hard and tried to pick some good people. We have plenty of good people, so it was hard to do. So I do not have them.
Oh, I don't either. Oh my God, they're at my table. My lovely table mate, Sophie. No, I think we can get through them. Thank you. I hope they match. Oh, there we go. Al Keller has this on board. Again, the cat of our group there. Kathy Schroeder is going to assist me. And again, we have amazing businesses, amazing nonprofits that are within our Spencer County Chamber. I seriously cannot say enough about when our community comes together. But there is an organization that just year after year continues to work throughout our county, gifts out money throughout the year, looks for donors throughout the year, and they're just a phenomenal organization to work with. And they are part of an alliance, but the two that do this in Spencer County do a fantastic job. So our nonprofit organization of the year is Spencer County Community Foundation. Thank you, Emily Alvey and Rachel Goldsberry. Their titles are really long. I can never remember. She is input, she's output. So thank you, ladies, so much for all you do in Spencer County. Keith has requested, can you please stay for just a moment after, and we'll get official photos afterwards. We'll do it as fast as we can. Thank you, thank you. Next, we have the Phoenix Award. The Phoenix Award is something that we will give out when we see a business or organization that is just really coming up into itself and doing amazing things. And I'm not sure Ellen is here this evening, but I'm telling you what, folks, like the mayor and former mayor were talking about, you have to be your advocate. You have to bring yourself up. And the town of Richland has done an absolutely amazing job in the past couple of years of ordinance overseeing, putting in bids and putting in grant applications. And the town of Richland, y'all just wait, it is going to take off. So we do want to recognize the town of Richland for our Phoenix Award tonight. Yay! And the next one is the Cinewick Award. I should have had one of our friends from AEP come up tonight to do this. Tim, you want to do it? Well, Tim can help you explain. And I'm not sure if you all are aware of what the Cinewick Award is, but a word from our sponsor.
Thank you. So the Cinewick Award is in honor of Dave Cinewick, who was the plant manager at the Rockport plant, I&M's Rockport plant, and passed away a few years ago. But he was a man who was very active in the communities, and just really felt the award we wanted to give to an organization or a person that embodies and really models what Dave had. So that's it.
Your perseverance of health issues, a lot of, yeah.
Yeah. So thank you.
Hey, thanks, Tim. We appreciate that input. And Kathy is going to add just a little bit to that.
The person who's getting this award this year is so very deserving. She does more for this county than you'll ever know. And sometimes it's those kind of unsung heroes, those people that are behind the scenes that are doing amazing things. And thanks to her, one of the things, she won't take any credit for it, but thanks to her, Spencer County now has a brand new ambulance. It is also thanks to county commissioners, but she really worked to make it happen. She's done so much for the safety, the health of Spencer County. And Jane, would you please come up here? And she did it with health issues going on. She also helps the community in other ways. She's run a committee. We're on a committee together at South Spencer on CTE. Congratulations. I know no one is more deserving than you. Really does. Thank you.
We could talk about Spencer County. I could be here all night long. We'd be having a morning brew, and it's all positive. There's a lot going on in this county. The only problem is in Spencer County is we don't tell people what we're doing. We're just doing it. And we need to kind of promote ourselves a little better than what we have in the past. But Spencer County is, I know that Spencer County is like number 2 in the state of Indiana financially, but it's not the money. I think this is important as much as the people that is inside its boundary line, inside its boundary. We have a lot of positive people working in Spencer County to make it succeed. And they will. As long as we're working as a team, Spencer County will make it, and we will succeed in whatever we do. So, thank you guys so much.
Okay, and seriously, thank you. Jane does a lot behind the scenes, but also throughout the entire county. So if you don't know Jane Stout, she's a pretty amazing woman to have on our county side. We have a community service award, and while sometimes it may be their jobs to do what they're doing, there are folks that go above and beyond, going from every town council meeting, city of Rockport council meeting, sewer board meeting, planning and zoning, every single meeting that happens in Spencer County is not missed. Thanks to both Dawn Steen and Kathy Treader. The Spencer County leader has gone above and beyond in how they service our community, how they have coverage at every single event. It's not missed. And again, it's their job. It's my job to be a chamber director. But I love going to different things. I love supporting different things throughout our county. And maybe my husband says I go above and beyond, but we have people like Dawn Steen and Kathy Treader that are committed to Spencer County, and Kathy not only in covering the news, but also with our historic. I probably am really remiss because I didn't make sure I had all the things covered, but you guys, I'm serious. We have a couple of county newspapers. Both are fantastic. I'm so appreciative of the news. But there is not one thing that goes uncovered that the Spencer County leader does not have covered. So Dawn Steen and Kathy Treader, both of you, thank you for all of your service to Spencer County.
Well, you're very welcome. Feel very undeserving because we are doing our job. I'm very proud though of Don and all the work he does too. He's a great writer. Thank you. I knew about you, Don, so I wasn't going to tell you.
Absolutely. We can't thank you enough. I don't know how you do it all. I'm like at home in my chair at 8 o'clock and Kathy's still out at meetings. Ugh. We have so many, again, it's so hard. I would love to acknowledge so many businesses throughout Spencer County, but we do have one that has gone above and beyond. And I'm pretty sure it's all thanks to Gene Steinkamp. I've mentioned him multiple times tonight. And I, for starting the broadband committee way back when, I'm just kind of tooting our horns. I don't know if it was or not. But we have led to over 6,000, am I saying the right number, homes in Spencer County, which years and years ago, we were so underserved with fiber, with broadband, and PSC, along with their partners, Southern Indiana Power, I have to say that as well, but PSC has just gone above and beyond. I love their new marketing. I love the Dave Letterman Top 10. I love all the fun things they're putting out, but they have gone above and beyond, working with community partners, working outside of Spencer County to try and serve the region, going into Pike, of course Perry, hopefully Warwick, possibly on the verge of Warwick. Mayor Charlie, come on, we can come to Boonville too. So we appreciate and so much are thankful for PSC Fiber, and they're in their 70th year of business. Darren, would you like to say any smart, awesome words? I love your shoes too.
Well, thanks. This is much appreciated. It's a kind of a powerful thing that Spencer County's done. It's been a team effort, truly. A thank you goes to our partner, Southern Indiana Power, Spencer County government, and also the town of Dale, the town of Christie, the town of Grandview, South Spencer School Corporation, North Spencer. We all had to come together to make this happen, to get this mission accomplished. It's not over with yet either. So but we did a great thing in thinking about what people want when they move to a rural area. They want broadband. So, and there's still a lot of places, there's still work to do yet. So it's been a great project, and yeah, we done it during COVID too. So that was something else that made it a little more difficult, but we got the job done, and we've got more to do. So I appreciate it on behalf of PSC Fiber and the employees there and really the community. Thanks a lot, appreciate it, and thank you.
Okay, one more quick one. Right, Al? We're on the cusp. Woo! Okay. I would also like to once again thank my entire chamber board. I really am excited about the folks that we have on the chamber board. Oh my God, I forgot something to mention. We are creating a Spencer County Chamber Foundation, and I'm super excited as to what that will be able to help with. It will be the 501c3 arm of the chamber. So it will be in alignment, but it will definitely be looking for the opportunities that are offered to 501c3s, educational, workforce, local business, community arts, all kinds of things. So I'm so excited about that. And if you would love to serve on that board, if you're interested in making a difference in our community, please let me know and we can discuss it. There will be probably only 7 board members on that, just to kind of keep it non-muddy, if I can say that. But we are very excited about that opportunity that it brings to Spencer County. And along with that, I absolutely appreciate, I know I would give it to Al Keller again if I could, but I can't again this year. I've, again, supportive board, and I can't thank you enough for that. They allow me to do things. They might question me at times, and then they're very supportive. And there is one that consistently reaches out to me. We may meet up for lunch every once in a while, help create the advocacy committee because he sees a lot of the issues that are happening within Spencer County, and just checks on me and my mental health in general. So I have to thank Wayne Blake so much for all of the extra assistance you've given throughout the entire year. We won't talk about how much of the mental assistance I need. And he's the best wordsmith ever. He's got nothing to say. He's wordless because he's in tears. Okay, I think Pat's going to tell me that's enough. We need to go. We need to wrap it up. But please, please let me know if you have any ideas for the chamber, if you have any ideas for Spencer County that we can help work on, if you have any regional ideas that we can plan for. Please, please let me know. I love coming out and talking with people, having them come and talk with me, meeting with me. So, yeah, that's it, right, Pat? Oh my God.
Thank you especially to Hitan Patel, who owns the lodge, and his staff for helping us here, and to the South Spencer High School students. Did they leave? Did they leave? The principal's here, right, Mr. Bush? Where are you? They were wonderful. Thank you for letting them come. We very much appreciate that. And Tim Flick, the owner of Oink and Cordella's, who prepared the food. Wasn't it good for a change? Yes. And Kathy already named the planning committee. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of our program. Thank you. Be safe. Come back. Next year is the 25th reunion of our chamber having this annual dinner. So we plan a big feast with a big ceremony. Thank you. And God bless you.